TvZ action. Top right hand side, our blue Zerg player, representing Onside Gaming. This is Solar. He takes on the red Terran in the bottom left hand corner of the map from Team Liquid. Clem. Like a Wardy doing a little spirally intro. It's not every day you see me doing the spirals. Usually it's just when other people do the spirals. Oh. No, well now that's awkward. We're going to join someone else's point of view and they're going to do the spiral intro. Okay, guys. I mean, anyone can do this. Like, oh, yeah, I can do this. Oh. Doing the... That, you know, that's really... Oh, that was the wrong way. That's skill, you know. That's like 2 different buttons at the same time. Monstrous, right? I know what you're thinking. Wardy, how do you press 2 buttons at once? Surely you could be something greater than a StarCraft commentator. Well, probably, you know. Probably. Just kidding. StarCraft commentating is the best. Naturally. We do have command center on the low ground, as Solar is going to go hatch gas and spawning pool in a few moments, so nothing too crazy about the hatch gas pool. Obviously, that's very natural, very normal. And yeah, hatch gas pool, a couple drones. Clem just going to go for that CC first, worth mentioning. Obviously, that is command center first, not something like a Rax Reaper expand or so. So yeah, a little bit eco-focused from Clem. Get that CC up, and that's one of the benefits of playing this TvZ. You have a lot of different builds under your belt. You can be very scary to play against because you can't just blindly counter the fact that Clem's going to go CC first, because he doesn't always go CC first, right? He mixes it up a good amount of the time. Wow, that is very greedy, though. This is 3 CC off of no gas. Like, this is an old school build, and even back in the day, this was really greedy, and I would say right now, this is pretty much as greedy as you can get. And uh-oh, Solar just put down the Roach Roaring immediately. Blind Roach Roaring from Solar. I mean, if there's a build order win in this matchup, this very well may just be it. Honestly, like, you know, real talk, like, this could just be the build order win, because if Solar builds any amount of roaches here, Clem is going to have 0 tech to deal with it. He's going to have very low marine count to deal with it. He's going to have nigh on nothing to deal with it. Like, this is very bad. Very, very bad if your name is Clem. Uh-oh. A couple Lings run in on either side. Going to go after those few Marines. And one Marine going down. The other Marine going to get hunted and is also going to go down. So the Marines will fall. And yeah, this is just straight up brutal, guys. Like I say, I mean, I just do not know how you actually defend this. I don't think realistically there is a way you defend this, and that's just... I don't even think that's a pessimistic view. It's just the realistic view. Let's see. Some Ravagers already morphing in. Roaches are walking across the map. Clem has no scout, and he will go bunker. That's because he has to go bunker, because he would just die to any amount of pressure at this point. Never mind the full commitment that Solar has going on. Only 21 drones. And, yeah. I mean, what do you even put in the bunker? All 2 of your Marines? Oh, God. Well, let's hope we can hold these roaches off for 2 minutes, and we might be able to kill one of them. Yeah. Clem is, he's going triple factory behind this as well. Oh, my God. Like, literally none of this is good. Like, triple factory, if it was, like, 3 minutes from now, sure, but yeah. I mean, you have to defend the bunker. It's your only units. And that means you're going to lose a chunk of SCVs in the meantime, and... yeah. Like I say, we have to fight for like 2 minutes to be able to kill a unit here because of the fact that you've only got 2 Marines of damage output. The sad reality, yo, that Ravager's a bit stuck. Can't back away like it might want to. Obviously, Ravagers are the prime target here. But Clem, they die a little faster. They are the bigger damage dealers, especially with the Corrosive Vials. Our first 2 Hellions show up, just in case they might make the difference. 22, 24 SCVs dead. Obviously, there goes the bunker. There goes the couple of Marines. Roaches will kill the Hellions. Solar will gain game number 1. As, yeah, we didn't really have to get too in-depth on that one. Best in StarCraft, mate. It's the greatest stock of all, right? Bottom right corner. Cheeky little Roach playing game 1 found the perfect build order to play against. Our blue Zerg is Solar. Top left, our red Terran player from Team Liquid, Clem. Game 2 of our best of 3. Babylon, decent map for the Terrans. Obviously, they have the shorter rush distance and so on. Some of their early pressure can do well here. I believe this is Clem's... I believe this is Solar's server preference, actually. So that is a factor, especially when Clem's playing. I feel like a lot of the time we talk about Clem trying to play TvZ on ping is not quite as pretty as when Clem plays TvZ not on ping, for example. He plays a very micro-heavy style, so it is affected more by latency than other players play sometimes. Look, you left the times where the games are actually played. No, I like it having. I like it being when. I like it look like that. I think that's good because then people can just know when the games were played, and it just saves so many issues. And also, it's like, I mean, I just like having it like that because then you don't have to change it as well. It's just easy. Yeah, I like it like that. Obviously, it's good to have it like that before the stream because then players don't look on Wikipedia and like, oh, I'm playing in 4 hours time. It's like, no. No, not like this. StarCraft, not enough USDs. I mean, we could just call it StarCraft. Kind of sounds the same. StarCraft. Is it? Maybe StarCraft is just craft and stock. Who knows? Alright, guys. If you guys subscribe to me right now, I will give you one of my StarCraft 2 shares. This is a deal like no other. StarCraft? Okay, well, I didn't hear myself saying that one, but you guys did. Everyone said it at the same time. Trying to change the Wikipedia to have a play time and broadcast time. That's such a niche use, though. I feel like that would be useful in my tournaments and literally nobody else. You only sub for Wardy ladder games? Alright, guys. If we get to 1,000 subs, I'll play 2 ladder games. That's the deal on the table. Boom. Might be your only chance. Yo, Goons, your daddy. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. Welcome. The Wardy fam. Appreciate the sub. Thanks for supporting. Welcome, Lambo reviewers as well. Thanks so much for the raid. This is the WardiTV Winter Championship. It's the second game here in our winner bracket round 2 between Clem and Solar. And after this, we have Ryung taking on Hero in the lower brackets. We're having some good games today. 5 hours deep. This best of 3 and 1 more left. Welcome. Hope you guys enjoy it. And yeah, good to see you all. You still get replays as a sub? Yes. For... Obviously, it depends which events, but for this event, for example, yes, replays will go out to subscribers. For example, our WardiTV Korean Royale event, we only give replays out to people who pledge on the Indiegogo page. Simply just to give, to kind of benefit the people who are supporting that event specifically on the Indiegogo, because it's one of our crowdfunding, benefits, But generally, most games you see on the stream are going out to subs as replays. Like, some other tournaments don't allow us to give out replays as well, although those are pretty limited nowadays, so... Yeah. So, Bubbly Frog, thank you so much as well for the Prime sub. I really appreciate it. Marines on the way out, Simbeck's on the way, as Clem plays 3cc with a 2-1-1 follow-up, so... Kind of the, one of the cool builds you see a lot of the time for Clem, right? Because you get yourself fast stim, buy units on the map, you can be active and annoying straight away, the kind of stuff Clem loves to be doing. And you also get to have the strong economy of 3cc, but Clem's actually going to go and take it one step further. No reactor. Okay, he's going to drop the army, but in drop the armory, I thought you keep the reactor on the factory and you build Hellions 2 at a time. He's going to go single Hellion, double medevac, and then get the armory as well. Generally, I would say you reactor Hellions and you have a pretty strong Hellbat Marine timing. It's a bit more all-in, but in this scenario, when Solar's going double upgrades, I think it could end the game, right? Because it's a very powerful time, and if Solar doesn't know and he doesn't have a Bane Nest or anything, you can kind of just die to that, because the Marines are protected by Hellbats, and Queen Ling just doesn't do the job of pushing it back like it needs to. And yo, Lemma, thank you so much also for the Prime sub. Thanks for all the love, guys. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. There's a lad, there's a Baneling nest. But I really feel like Clem, I mean, he has a few Hellions from earlier, I guess, so maybe he doesn't need to react to further Hellions. I guess that makes more sense. I'm thinking about doing this without the third CC, aren't I? Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I'm a really cheesy Terran player. I'm thinking of we already have 2 bases right now. Of 3 CC, you already have some Hellions, so obviously you already have Hellbats to morph in. So I guess it makes more sense to keep the reactor on the starport. As we do see, this is a complete wipeout, though. Jesus, that was actually kind of brutal, and at the same time, Clem loses 5 SCVs as a counterattack. This is not a good start. I mean, an early investment into the armory goes absolutely nowhere. No real damage dealt. That is surprising, to say the least. That was... wow. That was actually terrible for Clem, like how bad that was. Resources lost is even. On a trade and an army for Clem, that's definitely meant to find efficiency, and that's one of the ways you're meant to see success here, if you find efficiency, and wow, that's actually kind of crazy. That kind of baffles me. Few Marines load up, back away from these Lings, a few Banes up the right side as well. So having those 1-1 upgrades continuing through. The combat shield is about to finish as well. Adrenaline Claws on the way out. Yeah, these few Marines are going to gather over the right side and see what we can maybe do here. Queens and Banes hang out on the right side. Lings will knock down a set of rocks. Taking that out. Hydrogen coming through. A couple of hatcheries coming up. Melee upgrades building as well. 2-2 on those melee upgrades coming up right now. Obviously, Solar has the Hydrogen on the way too. I was just progressing into a lot of drones, a lot of kind of later game setup. 9 Queens help you to defend early, but they also help you to get to this point in the game, so hopefully you can keep the creep spread going. Obviously, Clem didn't really clear up much creep spread with the first attack either, and that really means that Clem is kind of in... I would say Clem's in a bit of trouble, right? Because the creep spread is going to be pretty darn good across the map. I mean, he's going to clean up a bit of creep here. Gets a Queen, is going to lose 1 full medevac as just inevitable, right? I'm not even too upset about that, because I think that medevac was going to die no matter what. And so those Marines were going to die no matter what anyways. They probably would have killed like 2 more Lings if they didn't lift up. Sometimes you lift up and the full medevac goes, I was like, no! But this really was like, those units were just sort of dead anyways, so it wasn't super exciting to see the full medevac drop down. Marines get an Overlord and still pressing forward, of course. One of the things Clem is great at is playing quickly and playing all over the place, and that's exactly what he is aiming to do right now. Keeping this busy, keeping this active, and just trying to find the best trades possible as he gets deflected immediately, though, from the main base. The Hydras get across, pushing that medevac away, and that obviously didn't last very long at all. Those little Banelings waddling forward. Baneling's speed is just so late. I feel like that's wild. I just looked and touched ya. Baneling's speed got cancelled. Did it really get cancelled? That's crazy. Alright, well, yeah, obviously that's not good, losing Baneling speed and not having Baneling speed and everything, but yeah, I mean, I guess Solar's in a decent enough position that maybe he can survive without it, but it is a way back in the game for Clem, because he gets to fight without Bane speed for a while. That's way better than the situation he was going to be in otherwise. Like Den, Hive, all coming up, a few units jumping into medevacs, and we retreat away through the top. A couple of mines in the medevac on the south will be ready to ping into the main very shortly. There's more Marines than load back at home. And we just see if we can keep up this pressure of Clem as he brings a larger army down to the bottom left side of the map. Those mines getting 8 drones was fantastic, like I say. Slowing Solo down in a big way. Just any hit to the economy right now is a pretty reasonable hit to the economy. This mine's got a couple final shots off. Nothing too surprising, nothing too crazy. Marines going to stand here. A few more Banelings going down. A little bit more crew spread being knocked down as well. Widowmine's going to fire up. A couple Lings going down already. And we do just continue to back away from this. One more mine also gets blown up. Lings, Banes, and Hydras go chasing all of that away. Well, every time Clem gets somewhere, I mean, it just feels like Soul's ready to push him back. However, I will say that Clem is doing a pretty decent job of now pinning the creep spread back a little bit, right? There's not much creep beyond, like, you know, one creep tumor in front of each base, so Clem has positions he can push into. Maybe some larger pushes even could come in further down the line here. It definitely feels like this is looking a lot better for Clem in that regard than it has done in a long time, honestly. 2 more Widow Mines, and that's another good set of drones. 7 workers killed. I'll lose this medevac, but Widow Mines try and burrow up elsewhere. Just force the Overseer, force the other units to come around and deal with it, right? Again, just be annoying. Force your opponent to pay attention to it for a little while longer than usual. That kind of stuff is very nice to be doing. Ghosts are now out as well. And of course, that's going to start helping with some of the efficiency here. You don't want too many ghosts while it's still very lane Bane heavy, as Bane's had to get rid of all of those mines. Clem, a little clumped up here. Might have to go for the medevac evacuation. Cancels the base up on the top right side. Just realized medevac evacuation is like med evac. And it kind of is like a medical evac, right? Like medevac. Wow, it's so small. People that made this game must have been really clever, guys. Like, making names like that. Holy crap. 12 years later, 40 figures out where the unit name comes from. Probably have this realization once a year and I just forget it again. Clem fighting for his 5th base. Obviously, it would be important to get that up. If you can get a 5th base up, you're pretty much stable in the game. Resources loss is not bad for you. It's not great for you as Clem. Like, 3k resources advantage is decent, but could be a lot worse. Could be a lot better. Reload again. Just going to try and get away. Just see our Lings and our Banes continuing to retreat. Down to that bottom left side, stopping that base from getting set up properly. And as Clem backs it up, it feels as though Solar did okay here. Again, denying this base for as long as possible. We talked a lot about this in the Solar Reyoung game, but denying those bases of the Terran is pretty much one of the most important things you can be doing. As the Lurkers burrow up, getting rid of a couple of tanks. A couple of Ghosts sniping through, so a couple of Lurkers getting picked off. Lings, Banes continuing forward as well. There's a command center coming up in the bottom left. Just going to lift away. Ooh, Widow Mines connecting on the medevacs. Ten SCVs going down. We do have 94 drones still from Solar. As Clem just about keeps this base up over the side as well. An extra orbital for him to use scans or mules from. And still trying to get that bottom left base up. Obviously, Clem's had Ghosts for a while. This is going to be the first time Solar dips his toes into the Lurker production. See if he can get some value out of some Lurkers here. Obviously, I'd say momentum is definitely on Solar's side, so it's not a bad time to add Lurkers if you can get them in some dangerous positions. There's a lot you can do. Clem's kind of in an odd space there. The Banes ran back. I feel like if those Banes came down the ramp, Clem would have had to do kind of a weird split. Can't really kind of split left, so you would have had to go up, and then maybe you could have chased a bit more with Solar or done very well, or just pushed him away from the bottom left base. And he could have done very well denying that, as 14 SCVs are shredded on that right side orbital. As a lot of the focus is obviously on the bottom left, that right side was just completely undefended. Now we get this base bottom left as well. Bane's just chasing that army up, kind of exactly what I meant from him before, right? You kind of force the army up the top, which allows you to hit the bottom left much more easily and deny that. And Solar, things up to 200 supply, while Clem sits at about 150. Things running across to see a little cleanup up over here. And suddenly you look at the map and Solar just kind of feels like he owns every single part of it. He is all over this map right now. In a pretty wild way. Hey, Widowmine goes down. Our Lings and our Banes will still press forward. Widowmine to connect in on a whole bunch of those Zerglings. Continuing to press through. Just seeing a little parasitic bomb landing on one medevac, landing on the other. The Lurkers on the left side pushing through. That base will drop. Banelings crashing in. Some more Ghost sniping. It does feel as though Clem is just not going to have enough stuff because obviously he's on 70 supply or something, 80 supply. That, my friends, is how Stola wins out, and Clem gets knocked down to the lower bracket here of the WardiTV Winter Championship. We'll take a look at the end.